But I think the other issue is, and this is where it does get difficult, because from a commercial perspective, I think you do need to make compromises, because the plain fact is the way we look at the small producer offer in our show is that that's the content. We subsidise small producers to come and do our festival. They make up the bulk of the festival exhibitors, but we're not really making any money from those guys. We see them as the editorial. They're the reason people actually want to come to our festival, and we need them. We need to look after them. We need to nurture them, and we need to make sure that the package financially works for them so that they come away having made a profit from their time at the festival. Which means you have to talk to some of the bigger guys to get the proper money from a sponsorship point of view and from a commercial exhibitor point of view. And there's no question we are not quite as rigorous when we are talking to a commercial company in terms of our selection procedures as we are with a producer. But I think that's just a natural state of as a lot of companies get bigger, they inevitably get less true, shall we say, to their original ideals. And hopefully they still retain some of them, and we certainly still would draw the line in a certain place. But I think it is important to recognise that you need to generate the cash from somewhere, and that's often where it has to come. I mean, the other bit is marketing, which is crucial and very, very hard. I mean, I'm really interested in listening to the social media thing, because there's a bit of me that obviously thinks, well, it's free, and if that can work, brilliant, because we can save a blimmin' fortune. Marketing is really tough, very hard, and can be very, very expensive. And certainly running a festival in London, we have a pretty big marketing budget. I read this, I heard a statistic, and I actually absolutely believe it, that for an individual consumer to register what you do from a marketing point of view, they have to see it 8.4 times. I don't know where I got that statistic. I may possibly have made it up, but I think I've seen it somewhere, and I believe it because I'll give you an example. We had a media partnership deal with The Guardian a couple of years ago, spent quite a lot of money with it that included an 8-page editorial supplement in Observer Feed Monthly. We had a whole string of ads in Observer Feed Monthly. We had online activity. We had ads in The Guardian. We were on their online website, word of mouth site, a huge amount of activity. It sold us, because we tracked it in terms of the ticket codes, it sold us 1,200 tickets. I mean, we were absolutely gobsmacked, because the revenue we generated from ticket sales was far less than the actual cash we spent in the media deal. However, that noise out there, we believe, definitely contributed to other ticket sales that we may not have seen. So you have to do it. It's very hard, and if you can do deals, as we do with a lot of these people, where it's contrad and we don't actually pay them, then do it, because the more people you can work with, the more people you can get out there, the more online things that you can do, the social media that you can do. It's just another opportunity for someone to see what you're about, to get them to come and find out. And you need them to be coming and seeing and talking about it a lot of times before they actually will come to the festival. I think the other massive frustration for us, and I guess for you guys, and certainly probably for you, Kim, is that we do an annual festival, and we basically start again from scratch every year. 9 months of the year, we're not really talking to our audience, and they forget about us. And a staggering statistic, which is not just us, but we have around about 26% retention rate of visitors. So year on year. So 74% of the people that come to our festival each year are completely new. They've never been before. I was absolutely astonished at that. But then, looking around at other established events, Country Living Festival show, hugely established, 15 years, their retention rate is about 36%. This is the plain facts, is that it's very hard to keep in people's minds over a 12-month period, and they just forget. So I want to move on quickly now, because I'm thinking that I'm running out of time, and talk a little bit about the future. And in my head, we've come to a place where we started thinking about the future. We believe that people really want to buy what we call real food. The research backs that out. The problem is they're not doing it. So how do we help them make them do it? So for us, it's about convenience. And I think, festivals and annual festivals are a great celebration and a way to position a brand and get credibility, integrity out there. But we, really wanted to build on that and come up with something that that could become part of a shopping experience that's regular, that helps and supports these producers and gives people an easy way to buy great food. And we've turned the model on its head, and instead of trying to bring people to us, we're going to where people already are. We've started a market now, a real food market on the South Bank. Happens every month, the first weekend of every month. It's a Friday, Saturday and Sunday. South Bank is a brilliant location. It's very glamorous. It's just by the Millennium Eye. It's behind the Royal Festival Hall, and there's a ton of people there, every weekend, just anyway, even before we do anything. We're finding now, after our third market, that the traders there are really, really doing well. They're selling well, and it's growing every month. Because we do it regularly, people come to recognise that it's going to be there, and we don't even have to tell them anymore because they know it's the first weekend of the month, that's when the market's on. We're about to launch at Brent Cross Shopping Centre, nowhere near as glamorous as the South Bank. However, 250,000 people shop there every week. On the Friday and Saturday, Sunday, they have about 150,000 people. Those people are there to shop. They've already got a shopping head-on. They've got their cars there, so they can actually load up stuff and they don't have to worry about carrying it home. There is a food offer at Brent Cross. It's Waitrose and it's M&S Food, but it's limited. And Brent Cross are determined to back it and support it and make sure that everyone knows about it as well. I'm tremendously excited about this because I think this is a potential model that we can start replicating and taking other places, and happy to talk to anyone regionally if they're interested in talking about that. It's going places where people already are and making it easy for them to actually buy this great food. And the final thing, which we're quite excited about, is again this whole extension of brand. And I know Kim, certainly with Abergavenny, been looking at this long and hard. We have, next April, I'm pleased to announce, the Real Food Cookbook. And we're very excited about this. It's basically a combination of all the chefs that we've had at the festival over the last 3 years have contributed recipes for free, which is absolutely fantastic. We have got about 40 recipes from some of our producers as well, and we're packaging all that up into a book. It's a proper publishing deal. This is the amazing thing. We got an advance and there's royalties and everything, which is really cool. I feel really important. And they're going to sell it in all major bookstores, and actually they want to sell it in Australia and America as well. I mean, I'm absolutely gobsmacked that they think it will, but they do. For us, even if it doesn't sell a single copy, it's a great bit of brand extension of credibility. We're going to buy a load of copies for ourselves and we're going to sell them as a ticket offer. We're going to do a deal where for £15 you get a ticket for the festival and a copy of a £19.99 retail book. So a great value package that will help us sell tickets, and we'll sell a whole load of books as well. So there are these opportunities about expanding and extending the brand beyond just the festival. I think food festivals are absolutely the future. I think food festivals are critical and important in terms of that entertainment, that inspiration, and that celebration of great food. But once you've created a festival, I think it's behoving on all of us to try and work out the methods and the ways that we can expand that and help those producers, help those local and regional food guys get out there more and sustain their businesses. That's what we're doing. Hopefully you've learned a little bit from this talk, and I'm happy to take any questions. Thank you very much.
Philip, thank you very much.